Hello and welcome to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier recap show. I'm your host Grant Liston, a very bored Englishman, and I've just finished the very first episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and all I've got to say is, yeah, I don't think this is for me. I know I'm being harsh, it's only the first episode and I've got to give it time. What I'm going to say is, if this didn't have the MCU logo stamped on it, if this was like some regular TV show, I wouldn't come back for episode 2. This left me very, very bored, and in fact I'm actually scrambling for things to talk about in this recap because, in all honesty, not a lot happened. I said this in my other video of what we know so far, and I stick by it. I think the reason why WandaVision was so successful was because we went into the show asking questions. How is Vision still alive? What's Wanda doing? Why is there this sitcom-like show going on? Here, all we're going on really is Captain America's retired. What are they going to do now? I don't think it's enough to sustain my interest. So on to the actual recap of the episode itself. It gives us two parallel stories going side by side. One is what's going on with Sam Wilson's Falcon, and the other what's going on with Bucky Barnes' The Winter Soldier. And I can tell you straight away, the one thing I'm definitely not going to enjoy overall, and I'll be really surprised if it changes, but the one thing I definitely won't enjoy about this show is its fight sequences. Cut. Oh, it's very, very ugly to look at, and it's that bog standard kung fu crap that is just so unimaginative and so uninventive. It's very, very basic. And from the one fight scene we got from this show, if that's what you're going to start with, I shudder to think how the show will continue. We also see a lot of Sam Wilson's backstory and how he's rejected the mantle of Captain America. And how many times have we seen this trope? The hero is offered this position, he rejects it, he can't do it, and then by the end of it, he accepts the position and rises to be the hero we all knew he or she should be. It's so bland, so vanilla. I really expected more from this show, and this first episode has near enough lost me already. So, in terms of intrigue and what actually happens, so far we know that Sam Wilson's sister is struggling with the family business and is contemplating selling the boat for their fishing business. So, okay, it explores a little bit what happens during the blip. And I respect they're going down that road. I understand that this is such a great big hole they've made for themselves, they need to fill it with something. And yeah, it just didn't really grab me as well as it could have done. And who knows, maybe I will be invested in the fishing business, maybe I will care that this woman's livelihood was going down the crapper, but not really. I want to see some Marvel stuff, I want to see some superhero stuff. Now the other side of the story, weirdly enough, reminds me a bit of Daredevil, and like walking down the streets of Brooklyn with Bucky Barnes, and he's talking to his, I think he's a neighbour, and he's very friendly with this elderly gentleman. But it turns out he actually murdered his son under the influence of the brainwashing of the Winter Soldier program. And yeah, just the slow, methodical pace of his story, I'll admit, was a little bit more engaging to me, because it did remind me of Daredevil, but Daredevil was far superior than this show. Just, oh crikey, I don't even get started on that. And yeah, there's not really too much to dig into this episode. I think we can go ahead and talk about the obvious villain, and that is obviously going to be Baron Zemo, and it's something to do with all these masks and a red handprint insignia. And it's hard to really go, oh, who's under the mask, when all of the promotional material has been, it's Baron Zemo, Yeah, there's no mystery now, we know who it is. The why is going to be pretty simple, of he's continuing what he did in the Civil War, get rid of superheroes, make them kill each other sort of thing. So I'm kind of glad this is only 6 episodes, and this first episode was kind of a crap one. I really don't want to be, crapping all over this episode, but there just isn't enough to talk about, and I think this is a show I could probably wait till it's finished and watch it in one bulk. It's get more enjoyability out of it. And of course, lastly, we need to talk about the, I suppose it is a reveal, but there's a new Captain America in town, and I'll admit I kind of felt the anger there, because, you know, Sam Wilson has, you know, relinquished the rights to the Captain America shield. It's glorious, I love it. I love the shield, it's so good. It makes you feel happy. So he's relinquished the shield, and has said, like, there should be no more Captain America. He's not going to be Captain America because Steve Rogers is Cap. End of discussion. And the government have kind of gone on their word to preserve this, you know, symbol, and then plaster on someone who, let's face it, is not going to be worthy. I can imagine it being much like the Patriot from, funny enough, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Why am I talking so much about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in these videos? I hate the show. I'm glad I finished it, and my god, I don't think I could do a video on it because I lost focus so much in that show. Here's hoping that this show will be a lot better. But what do you guys think of the episode so far? Are you going to call me an absolute idiot and moron? You disagree with me? Let me know down in the comments below. And I will see you next week for episode 2. And I really hope it ups its game. Take care now.